Welcome to Celebrity Investing, your go-to source for insights, tips, and updates on navigating the exciting landscape of personal and global finance. Please like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive content. This is part 2 of securities fraud in 2024. What investors should beware of. Regulatory response. A spike in fraud often triggers tighter regulations, which can lead to increased costs for companies. These regulatory measures, while necessary for protection, can also create barriers for legitimate businesses trying to operate smoothly. Reputation damage. The reputation of the entire financial industry can suffer. When scandals arise, they don't just stain individual companies, they tarnish the market as a whole. This lingering damage can take years to rectify. In essence, securities fraud is not just a personal matter. It has far-reaching consequences that can destabilize entire markets and erode the public's trust in financial systems. How do you perceive the current state of market integrity in light of these risks? How to identify securities fraud. Identifying securities fraud early can save you time, money, and stress. Awareness of common warning signs and using the right tools can help you stay ahead of potential scams. Here's what you need to know. Common warning signs. Spotting securities fraud isn't always easy, but some red flags can give you a heads up. Watch for these warning signs. High-pressure sales tactics. If someone is pushing you to invest immediately or make quick decisions, that's a red flag. Legitimate investments allow you time to think and ask questions. Unbelievable returns. Promises of consistent, high returns with little risk should raise suspicion. Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it often is. Lack of transparency. If the company or promoter is unwilling to provide clear information about the investment, beware. Insufficient details about risks or operational processes can indicate trouble. Unregistered investments. Always check if an investment is registered with the SEC or appropriate regulatory bodies. Unregistered investments can lead to serious issues and lack investor protection. Suspicious financial statements. If financial documents are complex, inconsistent, or difficult to understand, dig deeper. Scammers often use complex jargon to confuse investors. Unsolicited offers. Be cautious of unsolicited emails, phone calls, or social media messages promoting investments. Scammers often target individuals through these methods. By being mindful of these signs, you can better protect yourself against securities fraud. Tools for detection. Utilizing available tools and resources can help you identify potential fraud before it affects your finances. Here are some effective methods for detecting securities fraud. Research platforms. Websites like the SecEdgar database allow you to review company filings. Checking registration and disclosure documents can provide crucial insights. Brokerage reviews. Use sites that review brokerage firms for complaints or fraud reports. Look for any negative feedback or lawsuits involving the firm. Online alerts. Set up alerts for news on specific investments or companies. Staying informed about recent developments can help you spot fraud early. Investor education resources. Take advantage of educational resources offered by organizations like the SEC and FINRA. They provide guidelines on how to recognize fraud and protect your investments. Professional advice. Consider consulting with financial advisors or attorneys specializing in securities law. They can help you navigate complex investments and identify potential risks. Utilizing these tools empowers you to make informed decisions and reduces the risks associated with securities fraud. Legal recourse for victims of securities fraud. Victims of securities fraud have options for seeking justice and compensation. Understanding these pathways is essential for anyone affected. Knowing how to report fraud and pursue damages can empower victims in reclaiming their losses. Filing complaints. If you believe you've been a victim of securities fraud, the first step is to report it. Authorities take these cases seriously, and proper reporting is crucial. Follow these guidelines to file a complaint. Contact the SEC. Start by filing a complaint with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. You can do this online through their website. Provide detailed information, including names, dates, and any relevant documents. The SEC investigates claims and may take action against wrongdoers. State regulators. Each state has its own securities regulator. check your state's regulatory body to file a complaint. They may have additional resources and procedures specific to your location. Self-regulatory organizations. Organizations like the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, also accept complaints. If your broker or a firm is a member, they can investigate your claims. Consult with legal experts. If you're unsure where to start, seek advice from an attorney specializing in securities law. They can guide you on the best course of action and help ensure your complaint is filed correctly. Being proactive in reporting not only helps your situation but also aids in identifying and stopping fraudulent practices. Seeking compensation. Victims of securities fraud often seek financial compensation for their losses. Here's how the process can unfold. Documentation. Gather all relevant documentation. This includes account statements, correspondence, and promotional materials. Accurate records support your case and clarify the losses incurred. Legal consultation. Speak with a lawyer experienced in securities fraud. They can advise you on your options, including whether to pursue a lawsuit or seek settlement through arbitration. Filing a lawsuit. If you've suffered significant losses, filing a lawsuit may be appropriate. This allows you to seek damages directly from the parties responsible for the fraud. Be aware of statutes of limitations, which restrict how long you have to file your claim. Arbitration or mediation. Many investors choose arbitration, especially if the brokerage account agreement mandates it. This can be a faster, less formal way to resolve disputes without going to court. Whistleblower programs. If you have inside information about a fraud, consider whistleblower programs like the SECs. They offer financial incentives for reporting, along with legal protection. Class action lawsuits. If multiple investors were harmed by the same fraud, joining a class action lawsuit can be an effective way to seek compensation. This allows victims to combine their claims and resources. Navigating through the legal processes can be overwhelming, but knowing your options can make a significant difference. Historical examples of securities fraud. Exploring historical cases of securities fraud provides insight into the devastating effects of such practices. Two infamous scandals stand out: Enron and Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. These events showcase the risks in financial markets and the importance of regulatory oversight. Enron scandal. The Enron scandal is one of the most notorious cases of securities fraud in U.S. history. This American energy company once seemed invincible, boasting high profits and a soaring stock price. However, the reality was far different. Enron manipulated its financial statements to hide massive debt and inflate profits. Executives employed complex accounting techniques, including mark-to-market accounting, to present a misleading picture of financial health. When details of the fraud emerged in 2001, the company crumbled. Investors lost billions as Enron's stock plummeted from over $90 to less than $1 per share. Thousands of employees lost their jobs and retirement savings. The scandal sparked widespread outrage and led to significant changes in regulations. As a result, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act was enacted in 2002, aiming to increase transparency in financial reporting and enhance penalties for corporate fraud. The Enron case serves as a powerful reminder of how greed and deception can wreak havoc on investors and the market as a whole. Are you aware of how this scandal influenced corporate governance today? Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme is another significant example of securities fraud that shook the financial world. For decades, Madoff operated a seemingly legitimate investment advisory firm. However, he was running one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history, defrauding investors of approximately $65 billion. Madoff promised consistent, high returns, luring in thousands of clients, including charities, individuals, and institutional investors. He used new investor money to pay returns to earlier investors, creating the illusion of a successful business. The scheme unraveled in 2008 when the financial crisis led many investors to withdraw their funds simultaneously. The fallout was catastrophic. Many investors lost their life savings, and the scandal raised serious concerns about regulatory oversight in the financial industry. The implications were profound, leading to changes in regulations and a loss of trust in financial institutions. Madoff's case highlighted the differences between legitimate and fraudulent investment operations, emphasizing the need for diligence among investors. How has the Madoff case changed your perception of the investments you consider? Stay tuned and continue to watch our videos to gain valuable insights into the world of finance. Subscribe, like, and share to continue your journey to financial success.